Chris Jones seemingly, and he's number one on your list, was on stage Wednesday agreeing to a 3-year deal. Not really, but he said he's not going anywhere. His agent, all the while, is tweeting beer emojis saying, cut these guys off and get them off stage.
Yeah, reminds me of Mike Evans, I think, offering to take a pay cut on the middle of a boat ride when Tom Brady was drinking some tequila in the background. So, yeah, never the favorite day of the agent. Look, I mean, I think he is clearly looking to become one of the highest paid players at this position. But last offseason, at least in my eyes, a little bit underwhelming. You know, guys like Quinnen Williams and all the players, Jeffrey Simmons, Dexter Lawrence, got good deals, no question. But you still have Aaron Donald way up there above $30 million per year. And yes, he's Aaron Donald. He's in rarefied air. But I thought that gap would be kind of, met closer to the middle. And then Chris Jones probably wants $27, $28, $29 million a year. For my money, he's worth it. I know he's 29, going to be 30, but you saw this past year. He's lining up as a stand-up 7-tech outside linebacker and winning and getting the edge against good tackles. He is still, in my eyes, one of the best defensive players in the entire NFL, and I think there's still good football in there for a couple more years.
Well, let's go down your list here and try to figure out where there's actual movement, because, Brad, you and I know that when we get to the 11th, that Monday, when the window opens, tags will be used, and a lot of these guys won't have the ability to actually move. So after Chris Jones, there's Kirk Cousins. He's going to hit free agency. Do we think he actually goes anywhere?
I'm starting to lean towards as a possibility. I think what Minnesota does at 11 is interesting. Can they trade up in the that top 5, top 6 range, get the fourth quarterback we think off the board? I think Atlanta's interesting. I think Denver's interesting. Maybe a Las Vegas now. I just think there might be enough suitors that entice him to leave. But I'm sure he'd love to stay, and I'm sure Kevin O'Connell would love to have him back.
All right. So in Jacksonville, they've already said, Trent Baalke said a couple of weeks ago that they're going to tag Josh Allen. So he's third on your list. He's not going anywhere. T. Higgins, they got to pay Jamar. I mean, they can't pay him both, right? T. Higgins is gone, isn't he?
I think he'll get tagged, but there's an outside chance that the tag and trade, more likely play on the tag, kind of Jesse Bates route, and then see where it goes from there.
Brian Burns at 5.
I think that's a very interesting tag and trade. I think you and I get to Indy in a week, and we're going to hear a lot of scuttlebutt about, our team's going to try to pry Brian Burns away from the Carolina Panthers this offseason.
Justin Madubuike had a huge season in Baltimore. Can they pay him?
They can, but they have so many massive contracts. And also that entire defense has so many good players, coming up for new deals. Both the edge rushers they added in August, and Jadeveon Clowney and Kyle Van Noy. Obviously, Patrick Queen, I think, becomes a top 10, maybe top 5 paid linebacker in the NFL. Geno Stone led the NFL in interceptions for a long time this season. So I think they are going to bring Madubuike back on a big number, probably $20+ million per year. But he might be the only one they can afford.
Christian Wilkins isn't getting out of the building in Miami.
I
can't see that.
Yeah, me neither. But Robert Hunt, Connor Williams, they are getting expensive there in Miami.
They are. All right, so he's 7. Antoine Winfield is an interesting one because he was a second-round pick, so he's hitting free agency earlier. Also because, Brad, the last couple of years, and you mentioned Jesse Bates, he got a nice deal, but generally speaking, safeties don't get paid. They don't get the huge deals. So what do the Bucs do? I can't imagine they let Antoine Winfield go scot-free.
No, it's a great shout. It is a position that it's tough to do well in free agency, except for, the occasional Jesse Bates deals. I think Winfield comes back on a franchise tag, but I also think Tristan Wirfs probably becomes the highest paid tackle in the entire NFL, in NFL history this offseason by a comfortable margin, if I had to guess. So I think it's a tag, and probably want to get a deal done, but, he is repped by the guy that reps pretty much every top safety in the NFL, including Jesse Bates. It's not going to be an easy conversation because he was remarkable this past season. Good ball skills, good down in the box, good against the run. I think you're looking at a top of market deal, and maybe a tag is how 2024 goes.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.